ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
Hello, and welcome to Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the show where we take a panel of comedians and subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. But not all the questions come from me, some come from you as well. Submit your questions for the panel, more cringe the better, in the comments section and answer along with us. If you're watching on any of the socials, then please give us a share, retweet, or subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're watching on one of the other YouTubes, go search for Alex Leam. Want to get monetized? Got bills, you know. Go like my personal socials while you're at it. My Facebook page and TikTok at Alex Leam Stand Up. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Leam. Search Alex Leam on YouTube. Send a text to the show's Nokia 3310. We have a new number, but no buggers text it yet. So that's 07852 52 13 27. That's 07852 52 13 27. Or if you're a fan of 90s chat lines...
Come on, text Awkward Question Time. 07852 52 13 27. 07852 52 13 27.
All the things I've ever produced that's had the minimal returns. Are you watching on... if you're not watching live, are you watching the replay? Because I'm keen to know who you are and where you are. For some reason... that chat line jingle has made us drop like 4 viewers. It's not that offensive, is it? Dear me. If you're watching the replay, let us know where and at what time you're watching in the comments. If you're watching on a proper TV, as some people do, then text us a photo of you watching on a proper TV, because I love to see that in people's front rooms. Spins me out, but in a nice way. Also, donate to the show. So cash, please. Bills. PayPal.me/Alex Leam, or scan that QR code there, or better still, just go to Amazon and buy that book there. Did I mention I've written a book? I might have beforehand. So please welcome my guests this evening in no particular order. Please welcome Helen Edwards, Damien St. John, Ishikhan, and Leanne Easthope. Hello!
Hi.
Hello. It's that lovely bit where everyone's too nervous to say anything first. Well done, Helen. I'm going there first. Lovely. So let's have a look who is watching. We've got Ian Bowden watching, ready and waiting with a tub of Haagen-Dazs. I like your style, Ian. Switching it up from the Baileys that he normally watches this week. I'm not joking. That is true, isn't it? He's a Baileys lover. And better for it.
Yeah, but there's only so much Baileys you can drink, though, isn't there? Like, it gets quite sickly, doesn't it?
I did make myself, I did make myself ill with Baileys at Christmas. It's not a good idea to mix it with gin and tonic.
No.
Not in the same glass. I meant like on top of. I can see the stage from here. So that's Roger Poulter's YouTube. Hello, Roger. Hello. And Dan Lythe as well is watching.
Dan.
So anyone that's watching, get your questions in on the comments section. We will crack on then with our first question proper. Actually, no, I nearly forgot. Before we get that question, I want everyone to send Richard James a friend request, as this is the running thing for this season. If you can send my good friend, I say that in inverted commas, Richard James a friend request, because I want to spin him out to think, why is he getting at least 4 people sending him a request every Sunday night at 8:30? Me and Richard go way back, and I'm sure he'd absolutely love it when he finds out that it's me that's doing this. So everyone's eyes down and send a Richard friend request. That is good. If you know Rich and you're watching this, don't tell him why. I want to see if he can figure out himself. Right, first question proper tonight. This is inspired by a pre-show chat that we were having, just when a couple of us had turned up. That is, what is your go-to excuse for getting out of stuff? So a couple of us were talking. I mentioned that I once used my bipolar disorder to get out of a second date.
I like I said, I always use my kids as an excuse, because I think no one quite wants to question children, specifically disabled children. So I'd always get my sister. If I actually, Alex, on a date, I'd get out of dates by getting my sister to give me a text message and saying that one of my children was missing me too much, which was never true, by the way. They was usually happy to get rid of me for a bit.
Oh, so like a get out clause text.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. No, good thing it's like a semi-blind date if you're meeting up, say from like Tinder. Most people on there are certifiable, and I include me on that list. So
you don't use your at the start you had that like image, and it's not your body, it's just your face.
Oh right, yes.
You should use that as your Tinder picture. I mean, massive catfish, but everybody catfishes these days.
This is in reference to the official poster for Awkward Question Time Live at the Edinburgh Festival, which is that.
You should use that as your Tinder profile picture.
Somebody put in the comments very diplomatically. They went, because that's my face on Rob Lowe's body, right? So they said, Rob Lowe isn't as muscular as you. Yeah. That's a nice way of saying I'm quite broad. Thanks for that. No, I'm going to keep Rob Lowe's body.
Do you know what's suspicious about that? What gave it away is that I don't believe you iron any of your clothes ever, Alex. And those trousers have got the neatest crease in them, and I'm like, they are not Alex's trousers.
That has got to be the nicest insult I've ever had.
That's nice.
That is amazing. Although, can I just compliment you on that pink glittery jacket that
You're
wear?
welcome. Yeah.
This evening, I've got Ishi. Do you approve? I know that's.
Oh yeah, I really like it. I was just saying to Damien, I like his pink. Is it glittery? I can just see it shiny. It's
got some. It's some sort of reflective material. If you move at more than 5 miles an hour, I become invisible. So
it's very like porn director, I feel, or like.
Okay,
yeah, no,
I'll
that's
take
just
that.
my mind. That's just my mind.
I mean, that's a very broad genre.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's like saying film director. Do you have a specific genre in mind?
Don't tempt fate, David. Don't. We're barely 10 minutes in.
Gnome-based porn.
Yeah. No, I'm leaving that one well alone. Back to the question.
Yeah, as I say, what's everybody else's excuses? Because I need to add more to my, to get out of more stuff. Give me some more ideas.
Right. Well, I've got one that I stole. I've got one that I stole from a date once, and that's lupus.
Lupus. Although I've never seen it, that was a meme of like what was wrong with everyone on House.
Yeah.
Wasn't
and so I suspect one of two things: she either had lupus or she had the House box set. But she turned up an hour and a half late for a date once and said, "I'm sorry, I'm late. I've got lupus. I was asleep." I'm like, I'm quite forgiving, and we're both here on a date, so we both obviously need something. That's fine. And she's like, "Yeah, I get tired all the time," and a long list of excuses. And I thought, if you don't want to be here, just go back to bed.
Do you know that reminds me of a really funny story actually, because I was on a date and all the pubs and everything were shutting, and he said to me, "Do you want to come back to mine?" And I said, "I will, but not for anything, We're not gonna get down. We just want to carry on the conversation." So we got back to his. He said, "Do you want me to go and get pizza?" He left for pizza and never came back. I was there for nearly 2 hours waiting for him to come back, and then I thought, I'm just gonna have to get an Uber. So because I was really annoyed with him, I took all of the controls out of his house, all of the remotes that I could find. I just took them out of his house, and the next day he did not mention that all of his controllers were gone, but he told me that he fell asleep in the car outside the pizza shop.
What?
So.
Oh my goodness.
So that was a really strange date.
I mean, we've all been there, pulled up outside a pizza shop and gone, "Oh man, I'm tired now. I could really do that." This is a classic going to sleep setup.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do wonder why he never mentioned the remotes though. He must have noticed, because there was about 7 of them.
So he kind of bailed on you, but left you at his house.
Yeah, in his house. Yeah.
That's so weird.
I was more
Ouch.
annoyed because I was hungry and I really wanted pizza.
So it's not the fact that he bailed on the date; it's the fact that he bailed on the pizza. That's more
Yeah,
driving.
it's literally why I waited out for 2 hours, just hoping that I would get a nice, delicious pizza.
Oh my
I'd be
word.
more upset about the pizza.
Definitely. Stuart Dunlop on the comments. So what you're saying, Leanne, is you like to have control in your relationship.
Yes.
Hey,
Wait.
Hey.
Couldn't he have ordered delivery? That's
Maybe,
that's the point.
yeah, maybe he just wanted to get away from me. And he was willing to just abandon his home to do it.
That's Stuart. I do apologise for
move.
being a little bit late with the sound effects. But we got there in the end, and the phrase "rim shot" seems very apt.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah.
Oh my word.
We've totally got into bad dating stories now, but it seems to be on a par with the one that I had about, well, it was 2 years ago. I met on a first date. She'd had nothing to eat, but then decided it would be a good idea for her to start drinking that 75% rum.
Wow.
And then got so drunk she collapsed on the table.
Wow.
And then I was left to just make sure that she got home all right, because she was alone, sort of like in the centre of Derby. I'm like, but the problem is I don't know who you are or where you live.
Yeah.
And all I'm getting out of her is, where do you live?
Oh,
And that was it. So
Did you get home?
Eventually, I had to piece together her address. I had like the notes section on my phone as I'm trying to quiz her. Like, okay, we've got the house number. What street? No, you got to do better than that. Oh God! And then we got her outside and shit, fresh air, and then she decided to projectile vomit. It wasn't needless to say, second date didn't happen.
no.
Yeah, do you know, I have been that woman. I remember once I had a toothache and I didn't want to cancel the date because I'd already cancelled like twice on this guy, and I thought I can't cancel again. So to try and get over the toothache, I drank 2 litres of Lambrini. And
because 1 litre wasn't enough.
No. And then I woke up the next day in my living room. My front door was open. I had no idea how I got in my living room, and the guy had blocked me on every single platform. So I still to this day don't know what I did, what I said. So don't drink 2 litres. Don't stop at 1 litre is what I'm saying. There's, just have a limit of how much Lambrini. Yeah.
Was it normal Lambrini or one of the flavoured?
No, it was normal. It was like the 2 of the huge bottles. So yeah, I'm just saying have your limits. Have your limits. That's what I'm saying.
But on the plus side, that will have only cost you about $2.50. So
about £4. Yeah.
Oh, it's gone up.
It has gone up, yeah. Inflation, even Lambrini's going up now.
Cost of living crisis has affected Lambrini.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a go-to excuse to get out of stuff? Ishi.
Yeah. So my go-to excuse is Mercury's in retrograde.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Is it in retrograde 3 times a week, every week?
Not really. I know the retrogrades now, but yeah, if somebody's not into it, I can make it retrograde whenever I feel like it, obviously.
The good thing about that is, Ishi, I don't think there'd be any more follow-up questions.
No, there are.
I'm stumped.
Yeah.
I got answer back of that. I think I'd question that less than the disabled children one, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if they do answer back, just up the ante and go, I have to go, my people need me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Or sometimes, like, I wish, like, the appointment or the meeting or whatever it is kind of just goes away, and I make that wish to the moon, and then magically they will message me on the day or the day before and say, really sorry, can't meet.
When you say Mercury's in retrograde,
yeah,
are you doing it in a message, a written message of some sort? Or are you just like, sorry, babes, Mercury's in retrograde. Or you're texting with an emoji or just a full stop that is like, you fucking idiot, you should know. Like, I'm not entertaining anything follow up to that.
I message, I'll
Yeah.
talk to them as well. I'll just go, Mercury's in retrograde. And obviously people will go, well, I should know that, so I shouldn't really ask anymore. And it's like, well, no, Mercury's in retrograde. That is brilliant.
And I think my son never has an excuse. He's autistic, so it's just very black and white. So if he doesn't want to do something, I'll be like, "Do you want to watch this film with me?" And he'll go, "To be honest, that sounds really boring. So no." So just, I mean, sometimes you don't have to have one. He'll decide that sounds really awful. To be honest with you, Mum, I don't want to do that with you. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
I sort of, although it's blunt, I sort of have an admiration of no filter
Yeah.
people. Just think,
Yeah.
oh, fair enough. At least I know where I stand. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
When you consider, particularly in the comedy lot, how many bullshitters there are, somebody that is as blunt as that, you think, actually, yeah, I admire your.
Yeah.
Scott Adams on the comments has come up with an idea. If you want to get out of a date, just mention your Herbal Life rep or bang into crypto.
Yeah.
They'll jump ship and you can enjoy the bar/restaurant.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've done that before, Scott. Let us know if you have.
Yeah, I think what are they called, pyramid schemes? I would rather enter a cult than a pyramid scheme, honestly. I think people that enter pyramid schemes are the worst people in the world, and I stand by that.
They advertise a lot on Marketplace, these people. No, they're on Facebook.
Yeah, they send you friends requests because they just want to sell you stuff. And it's always someone that you went to school with that you never spoke 2 words to, but they now sell Herbalife, so they want to be your friends.
On the chain of things, they're one step below the person that friend requests you and then invites you immediately to like their comedians page.
Yes.
A very niche industry thing, but we all know what we're talking about there.
Yeah.
Those bellends. Just think, okay, fair enough. So any more awkward excuses for getting out of stuff, Damien?
Well, no, I steal the lupus one. That's pretty good. I've got 2 kids, so normally it's them. Just anything that I can blame on them. Although having said that, what is giving off a whiff of suspicion at work is that about 3 weeks ago I had to take an afternoon off because my cat was given a terminal diagnosis of liver failure. Right. Everything was enlarged. The cat had lost half his weight. It was on death's door. Me and my wife were crying in the kitchen, going, the prognosis isn't good. We've got the kids to line up before nursery and say their prayers and stroke Buster and say goodbye. 3 weeks later, he's like fucking Lazarus. He's better than he ever was. And I think
it's on the Lambrini.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think they suspect that was a lie because cats don't come back from liver failure, yet he has. So medical miracle. So don't use that one. You're better quiet.
We do have 9 lives, though.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, you can argue that they do have 9 lives, which then gives you 8 other chances to say it's liver failure.
Yeah.
And then you're fired.
Just reminded me of an animal-related excuse to get out of something. A friend of mine, when I was at school, he used to come out with the most blatant lies to get out of doing PE, but the PE instructor was a bit dim. So because they were so outlandish, he just went, all right. Once I saw him go, I can't do it today. My goose has died. And
Not a euphemism.
Yeah, no, it's right. Yeah, fair enough. It was the 90s. We weren't so great with euphemisms back then. Weren't so great. Helen, have you got any go-to excuses?
There's a couple of possibilities. One is my kids. I don't have any.
Beautiful.
I love it.
And I'm 43, so I'm coming up to perimenopause. So I just drop that word in, and then it'll leave me alone, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Do you have pretend names for your pretend kids in case anyone challenges you on it?
Yeah. Cynthia and Ronald.
Ronald.
Very nice.
Are your kids older than you?
Cynthia and Ronald. Remember that there will be a test later. Ian Bowden. If his goose died, he'd be feeling down. Nice. Good to have you back, Ian. On the text, I've had one text message. Hello, Alex. Did you remember to buy milk?
And did you? Did you, Alex?
Yes. Alex, the perfect response to that is Mercury's in retrograde.
Yes.
Yes. There's more. Also, I think you got the number wrong on the pre-show graphic. Oh, shit. That's why I've not got messages. So somebody with similar numbers now getting... Why am I getting all this shite coming through? Oh, okay. That's quite bad. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll double check it ahead of next week. So on to the comments to see what else is on. Colin Etches is watching. Going,
hey!
Hi, Colin.
I love that. That was a really good impression, Alex.
Because I spoke to him earlier today, so his voice is quite fresh in my mind. Yeah. So hello, Colin. Hello. We're sort of seeing his comments out of order, but I've just noticed Stuart Dunlop saying hello. There we go.
Howdy all.
Howdy all. Ashley Partridge, there he is.
There's a theme to these, isn't there?
There is. Yes, people saying hello. So we've got some viewer questions coming in. Stuart Dunlop. Relevant question courtesy of Jasmine Chung. What have you done after you've realised a friend has tried to recruit you into a pyramid scheme?
I have actually had people try to recruit me into pyramid schemes.
Complete absence of gasps from the rest of the audience. Yeah. Go on, who? Do tell.
I mean, just people from school get involved in this pyramid scheme. Honestly, I'd rather join a cult that Philip Schofield invited me to. Like, honestly,
that escalated. Wow.
do you have a jingle for that? Because that was coming at some point, wasn't it? Topical. That was coming.
There was. I really should have one. Hang on. There's got a
just that high pitched Gordon the Gopher squeak.
Oh, yes. I've got this. This is closest.
Awkward.
That's about that. It's a good coverall. That one. It's a good coverall.
Well, it's funny. It's the same person. I'm thinking about one particular person that tried to get me involved in the pyramid scheme. That said to me, I just couldn't do OnlyFans. And I said to her, "Yeah, it's not a pyramid scheme. I'm not trying to get you involved. Like, you don't have to do it. I'm not trying to invite you into my world."
Yeah, Scott Adams goes on to talk about the Herbalife people. Only estate agents and the Nazis are worse than the Herbalife reps. Speaking of which, want to try some new health shakes I'm peddling. Someone tried to recruit my mummy into a pyramid scheme. Oh, Roger. Okay.
Rimshot. Denied.
I could almost personalise that for you, Roger, because you're the only person I've used it on. We'll go back to Roger's first question, because he had a question that was quite pertinent and I think aimed at somebody on the panel in particular. What's the weirdest object you've ever purchased from Wish?
I haven't purchased a single item. I just had loads waiting in the basket, waiting to be purchased.
So this is coming from George's show, where you had to find some weird guff from Wish. So what's the weirdest thing you came across this year? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh my god! Do you know, my Wish app stopped working on my phone, so I've had to delete it, and I haven't managed to reinstall it. Otherwise, I can't even remember. There was so many weird things, and it didn't seem to happen to anybody else. Just like loads of weird stuff just comes up onto Wish for me.
I always get people tag me because anyone that's seen my set, they always tag me in weird sex toys. And I think, like, can you please stop? Because the algorithm just keeps showing me weird sex toys now because everyone keeps tagging me in them. But I did actually buy my the 16-inch dildo that I use in my stand-up. I did actually purchase that from Wish.
Oh.
I swear they like pluck stuff out of different pots and then just mash it together. Kind of like, do you know what the world needs? A dildo harmonica.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
sort
You
of-
just like they have 2 goldfish bowls, and they just pick one word out of each
Yeah.
goldfish bowl and say we're going to mash these together.
Is the 16-inch dildo 2 8-inch dildos put on top of each other, or
No, it's just one long.
Does it have the comparable width as well?
No, it's quite well. I'd say it's an average girth.
Is it a
It's
trunk?
like
Are we looking at a trunk?
it's like a sword. So you
Right.
you have the holder the bit at the bottom, and then
Thanks
just
for the
one
image.
long.
Because they
Yeah.
look like a lightsaber.
Yeah, I had a couple at a gig come after me after the gig, and they wanted to buy it off me, and I was like, no, you can't have it off me, and they offered me £20, and I was like, I paid £22 for it, and it actually holds, it now holds that, you know, like when you become attached to something like a comfort blanket, like.
a comfort dildo.
Yeah, like it's got like energy to it now. It's been everywhere with me.
I thought you were going to say it holds about 40 litres of water in a pump action style. I can follow that whilst we're on dildos. Why not? This jacket, by the way, debuted at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival last year for our show Wrestling with the Champ, whichever where I'm pointing. I was standing outside the venue, and they've got one of those Amazon lockers. You know, when you order stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, we needed to do that because we brought our own speaker, and there was a power cable issue, and that was really handy. But there was a couple that were kind of loitering around, and they were really struggling to get their PIN code in. And I'm a bit of a geek, and I'm like, can I help? It's something techie. Can I, win some friends? They said, well, look, we're putting this code in 696969 or whatever it was, and the thing's not opening. So I said, okay, fine. Well, give me your phone. I'll have a go. So I went to type in the code, and as you scroll down the screen, you can see all the things that are in the order. It was everything you've just described, that they'd obviously gone away for a kinky weekend in Edinburgh, and as soon as they saw me see it, they snatched the phone away and just left it. But yeah, it wasn't quite 16, but I mean, they're pretty large lockers. So
Wow. Ian Bowden, dildo harmonica? You mean mouth organ? Thanks, Ian. It's good. Clearly, Haagen-Dazs sharpens the mind. I'll have to try that myself next week. Okay, I've just got dildo harmonica in the brain now, and I literally can't think about what we were talking about. What's good? It's actually pushed some knowledge out.
You were talking about Wish, and
Yeah.
you ended up, on the rubber penis.
It's a powerful image, a dildo harmonica.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'm fighting with the image of dildos in lieu of lightsabers. I was picturing scenes from Star Wars as well.
Oh, something controversial where pyramid schemes are concerned. So when I first came to the UK, I'd never come across pyramid schemes before. I had no idea what they were, and I got signed up on them. So yeah, you can say what you like there. I just totally believe them as a viable way to set up a business.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the pyramid scheme is a terrible person, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do. They're very enthusiastic about it. They do get you.
Bit like Mormons.
Right. So, especially if you're a migrant like I am, and you don't know what's going on, it's very easy to get sucked into something like that.
Yeah.
I think the moral of the story is be suspicious of enthusiasm, because
yes.
they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. Everyone's selling something.
No, don't say that, Damien. That's my only USP. Oh!
Yeah, Ishii is that a very rare thing in comedy. Somebody who isn't jaded or remotely bitter. So that's very very unique, very unique. And I say this as a middle class white man with mental health issues. That was a unique thing in comedy. So keep your questions and comments coming in. We'll get back onto the pre-written jobs now. Stuart, some people follow the rate of inflation using Freddo's Leam. Still thinking about the rising cost of Lamborghini. Next one. Next question. Have you reached an age where you can't eat or drink certain things? If so, what? For me, it's pizza.
What's wrong with pizza?
Nothing. I absolutely love pizza. It doesn't send me to sleep, like some people. But pizza, I love it. But I've reached an age now where processing it doesn't seem to.
I understand now.
Yeah. I sort of like I get cold sweats like Renton in Train Spotting.
Yeah, but cheese is worth it though, Alex.
I did think cheese on toast.
You can just
I'm
eat
fine
cheese
with.
without a pizza.
Can you breathe without oxygen?
Oh, okay. So I have one, and it just sort of it just sort of falls heavy on how much of a chav I am. So I can't drink White Lightning anymore. Since when I was about 14, I got absolutely wasted, and that was when you could get like a 2 litre White Lightning bottle for about £1.50. And I threw my friend tried to sneak me in her house drunk, and she snuck me in, but I threw up all over her bedroom. And whenever I smell white cider now, it just makes me heave. So I stick to the Lambrina.
Cider. I think everyone's got that drink that they indulge in at one point in their life. Just the smell of it. Now, for me, it's Sambuca.
Oh God, yeah.
That stuff's the devil's piss. It really is. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, apple cider in the late 90s, I had a nasty sort of experience with that. That was before cider was cool, or you could get with Strongbow. So, like, apple cider, I can't stand. The other fruity stuff, yeah, fine, but not apple. Ishi, I'm keen to know if you've got anything on this, because you've got a very, very
weird,
pretty clean. I was just saying, you're very, very healthy compared to the average comedian.
I remember like the last time we were in Brighton together, and we all met up, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I just had to succumb last night. I just gave in, and I was really, really bad. And Alex was like, what did you do? I ate chips.
That's yeah. We were stunned. We remembered where we were at that point.
You were, weren't you? You're waiting for some story, but that is a big story to me. To be honest, because yeah. So again, I think it's because I've not grown up in the UK. I've grown up with a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, and just it was naturally organic. We didn't need a separate organic label. It all just was in Africa, so coming here, I lost my way a bit by eating all the stuff and then becoming very ill on it very early on, and then now realizing that actually none of that stuff really works for me. So give me a cucumber and I'm good to go for 4 hours. Happy.
And there's your OnlyFans.
A cucumber in 4 hours, yeah.
Yeah. How many? Just remind me, Ishi, how many cucumbers do you buy in an average shop?
So, I did before lockdown have I get about 10 sometimes, but during lockdown, rationing, and then people really watching you. At one point, Lidl sold out of cucumbers, and I have to say, I think I should get commission for that, because it was after we'd been on your show, Alex, and I mentioned it, and then George's show, and then they were sold out. I was like, this is not good, because I'm the only person who really loves cucumbers, and they're all gone.
Should have been stockpiling. You could have made a fortune.
Yes, but last week I only bought 3, which is quite a low number for me. Yeah, quite low for me, really. But yeah, cucumbers this time, I'm like scanning them through the self-checkout at Lidl. And this lady I didn't realise was watching me, and she was like, I would say, she's probably granny type lady. I don't do AIDS. I don't know. And she just like she went, oh, she seemed quite happy with that idea. As I walked past with my little trolley of water and cucumbers. I've even thought about the excuse to give in case somebody goes, oh, that's quite a lot of cucumbers. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to make lots of sandwiches, and I'm going to this is not just for me. I'm making sandwiches for a school. That's my.
Nice.
You can always use me as an excuse issue. You say I've got a friend who does OnlyFans, so
carry a picture around of Leanne in your purse. You may have seen them. So, food and drink that you can't have. Helen and Damien, anything?
Oh, yes.
I recently got an air fryer, as you do.
oh yeah,
Preach.
Yeah.
I love a cheese and onion toasty, but I worked out that if the onion's gone like a week past its best, it's not good. Doesn't like me.
Onions are like a benchmark of where you are in life, and I'm definitely in the camp of can't eat them raw, not even remotely. Not that I just like sit there with a whole onion going, you know what I mean? But just like chopped up in salads and stuff.
I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet today, and I don't know about anybody else, but when you go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet, doesn't it become like a challenge? You're like, even when you're stuffed, you're like, no, I can do more. I can eat. I know I can. I believe in myself. I know I can get another 2 plates in here somewhere.
Yes.
Give yourself. You have to have a game plan as well. Like. You know, start off on the lights.
Straight for the cucumbers. Straight for the cucumbers.
Yeah.
All I want.
You gotta start off on the light stuff, and always get water as well, because you don't want to fill yourself up with fizzy pop. You need just get the water, because that's where they kill you on the prices as well with the drinks.
If you go early with carbs, you're done for. It's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is a rookie.
You mainly get men discussing tactics. Or you can eat buffets, stuff like that. It's kind of like, don't have any beers till afterwards. Just walk. Go for the meats. There was one all you can eat buffet I used to go to in Bournemouth, which was Chinese owned, and in the dessert section they clearly got quite a lot of Mr. Kipling cakes, and then they cut them up and presented them like sushi. It was amazing. So kind of like one of those mini Battenbergs laid on end and sort of like cut that way on with some blueberries around the side. It was awesome. When I was in America, the only place I've ever seen an all-you-can-eat buffet that had a time limit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2 hours maximum. Okay, all right, fine.
And you know, at major sporting grounds now, they have to have St. John's ambulance on hand all the time, just in case somebody does do a serious damage to themselves. It's probably the same in America, just in case they consider it to be their last meal, and there's just somebody there with a CPR machine just to go, oh, Jeff, man, Jeff, come back, Jeff. We haven't had your dessert, Jeff.
They're quite cheap, but I was at the all-you-can-eat buffet at the MGM Grand, which was like $40. I'm thinking, I must get my money's worth. Can't fit any more in. Must get more.
I think today's. It was £20 today for all you can eat, and that's a bargain, really. It's a bargain.
It is. Roger talking about what I can't eat. Pizza jokes, all in the delivery. Thank you, Roger.
Alex, can I ask how old you are?
Old enough to work an iron better than what I do.
Okay. Does it just start with a 4? That's all. Are we in the same kind of ballpark, you and I?
I am 40 next month.
Right. Okay. Good. Right. Well, for me, when it comes to food that I can't eat anymore because of my age, it is actually fruit and vegetables. My body has decided that I have gone the best part of 40 years without eating them successfully, and now is the wrong time to start. It just. I make every effort because we force feed them to the kids. My son absolutely loves peas, and so I'm not convinced he is mine. But my body just just cries out in pain, and it's like, no, cheese feast pizza. I'm
No
exactly the
fibre.
opposite. I cannot get any vegetables down. I just a medical miracle. I just have to live on Greg's all the time.
Did you
Wow.
see that video that went viral? I think it was a couple of years ago of a chippy in Leeds that was selling deep fried
Mars
chip
bars.
cobs. Deep fried chip cobs. So it's got like chips in a big floury curry sauce, and in batter, and then deep fried.
I would eat that. In fact, you didn't ask me what my favourite sandwich was, but it is a chicken Kiev sandwich. And if you haven't tried it yet, chicken Kiev sandwich, you can on an oven barn bap thing. You know those ones. Get your chicken Kiev in there, smash it, and
actually,
live a short, happy life.
On Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, I saw a guy, you know, like the triangular toasty sandwich machine things.
Mm-hmm.
He was deep fat frying those, like, and I think that, and like Gordon Ramsay tore it apart, and I did actually think I would eat that.
OnlyFans food edition. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, in my videos have featured cucumbers, bananas, whipped cream. So
all the ingredients for pina colada. I can't even pronounce that.
a pina colada.
I've got a jingle for this as well, Damien.
Can't. Words. Good.
Right. Only I could embarrass myself trying to pronounce the name of a cocktail that has pineapple in it. I'm not going to try again now because I've made a tit to myself trying to say that once. On the subject of dubious food, I saw an absolute blinding one this week in Iceland, and I've just uploaded the photo now. Prepare yourself for lasagna-filled Yorkshire pudding.
Oh wow!
Check that out.
Do you know what, Alex? I'm more surprised that you was in Iceland than that exists. To be honest.
Why was that? Why was that?
I don't know. I just don't see you as a type of Iceland shopper. I see you in like Marks and Spencer, or possibly Sainsbury's, but not Iceland.
Well,
Not Waitrose.
I'll take that as a compliment that I clearly use class. But no,
Yeah.
no. Home Bargains, Aldi, Lidl, the works on there.
That lasagna-filled Yorkshire pudding is the ultimate example of delayed gratification. Because if you wanted to eat it, you wouldn't wait until the 3rd of February next year. You'd sit there in your car outside Iceland.
Frozen.
Yeah, frozen.
with your
Just put it on the
hands.
bonnet and then warm it up and then go. You would not wait 9 months.
I love that. You see the green star that's on there. It says, as seen on social media.
Couldn't we all use that then? We could just everyone could literally have a sticker with, as seen on social media.
Including
Start,
this show.
Yeah.
Literally, she uses the pen as seen on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like so they sat there and went, okay, we need a slogan like "at seen on TV," but crapper.
Yeah.
Ian Bowden has a great way of combining food with a porn site. OnlyFans. He's on it tonight. It's Haagen-Dazs, people. I'm telling you, it's Haagen-Dazs. Still not definitely promoting my monthly quiz show as seen on social media now. It's the way forward.
Yeah.
It's the way forward. Scott Adams. I was a Nando's hot guy, but as I get older, medium at best these days. It's the running on tiptoes to the loo in a hurry the next day I don't like. If I were to go lemon and herb, I'd probably just give up. Time makes fools of us all, Scott.
I have lemon and herb. Should I give up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott, should Leanne give up on Nando's?
Yeah.
Let us know your verdict.
I mean, lemon and herb is not really Nando's, is it? It's just it's
but you know what? We grew up, right? I mean, there's this joke that white people don't use spices, and I have to say it's not a joke in my upbringing, because literally all we had in the cupboard was salt and pepper, and I don't remember eating anything seasoned until I was about 15, and I ate around my friend's house. So I just can't take spice. I grew up on potatoes and salt, so like
I never thought you'd be vanilla.
So yeah, I can't take spice. I can't. My ex-boyfriend was from Sri Lanka, and he used to have to adapt all of his recipes for my palate because I couldn't take spice.
Stuart Dunlop, Scott, I love hot food, but lemon and herb is fantastic. We've now got a debate of lemon and herb versus medium Nando's. I haven't been to Nando's in ages because for years I stopped eating chicken, but I've recently gone back. I don't know if that makes me a meat-eating hypocrite, but
just hungry.
Yeah, Scott and Stuart, let's all go to Nando's. It's on me.
I would like to, before we move on, I'd like to commend Stuart's use of capitalization on the word hot at the beginning of his message. Just in case we confused him with a Nando's hot guy, he's capitalized it with an H just to imply that it's Nando's hot, but then he's forgotten to capitalize medium. And I'd just like to, when you do message again, Scott, if you can get that right.
Scott, you're being corrected on your grammar. Frankly, that's something you need to pull up on, Scott. So yeah. Who'd have thought this show's now turning into Countdown? Stick around for the
Nando's
conundrum.
hot guy.
Yeah. I'll go to Nando's with you, Alex, but I insist on contributing to the price. Well, if you absolutely insist. Let's all go. What the hell? Let's all go.
Yeah, lemon and herb for me and Stuart.
All right. Actually, yeah, Damien, when we're in Edinburgh, let's go then.
Okay. Whichever show gets the bigger bucket on a chosen night will pay.
Oh, challenge accepted. All right. Oh, man, finally, I get to...
Challenge accepted.
Never use that jingle. Finally.
I once got food shamed at Nando's. Actually, I was on a date and I ordered 2 sides, and he went, "You're having 2 sides?" I was like, "Yeah, and I'll eat yours if you don't shut the fuck up." Like, I'll have as many sides as I want, thank you.
Was he paying, or were you splitting the bill, or?
No, he paid.
Still, if you're paying and you're looking to impress, surely it's the as many sides as you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird way to show your controlling instincts at the first.
Yeah.
I'm going to control your chicken instincts. Yeah.
Yeah. You're offended.
Well, I was a toss-up of what we're going to call the podcast version of this. It's now between how many sides would you like and dildo harmonica. No, it's going to be one of the two. So at this point, we're coming towards the end of the show. I think 3 questions per hour is now the average, which is good. So at this point, if you're listening to the podcast, we were going to segue into finishing the show off with the bonus question. Now, last week, if you watched the show and listened to the podcast, I insisted that all the people on the panel clap, and then that would then edit in nicely. I didn't realise until I went to do the podcast that if you can't see us clapping, it sounds horrendous. It just sounded like bull slapping vigorous sex. So we're not going to do that this week. The segue is, I love the fact that she's got her head in her hands now. The segue is going to be a harmonica transition. Harp transition, not harmonica. I twice now.
Can't. Words. Good.
I'm just going to play the harp. You'll hear the bonus question, which we're going to record after the show, and then we'll come back out and then edit it all. So, through the mists of time is the bonus question. Beautiful. Oh, it's on loop. Shit. Hang on. There we go.
You're going to have to pay twice as much in royalties now.
Yeah. I should have learned my lesson for not clicking loop last week. So to end the show, the podcast will be having a bonus question because the game that we're going to finish this show in is going to be quite visual. It's something that came to me when I was in TK Maxx recently. We're going to end tonight with a game of...
Now it's time for a game of butt plug or vase.
Yes, you heard it right. Butt plug or vase, as we say in the UK. So I'm going to show everybody...
I feel like this is my game. All right, I'm getting serious now.
All right, okay.
I don't understand why it has to be a choice.
Anything's a butt plug if you try hard enough. So I'll show pictures, and you have to decide between you all which is which. So first picture is butt plug or vase?
I'm gonna say butt plug.
Butt plug. Anyone else?
Yeah.
I'm going with butt plug for that one.
Butt plug for that one. Okay, absolutely right.
It's pretty,
That is a butt plug. So all of these, if you're talking about the algorithm being messed up, you should see what mine is like, having researched this earlier on today. Next up, butt plug or vase?
Oh, vase. I'm going vase.
Vase. Unanimously vase. Helen, any thoughts?
Horrible.
Vase.
I just wouldn't want one of them to snap off, you know?
Yeah.
True. You're absolutely right. That is a vase. I like the way you're peering round, Damien. That's great. Let's all peer. Hello. Trying to get a good look at it from the other side. How does it look from that angle?
Larger.
Okay. Next one. Butt plug or vase?
Oh, this is a tough one.
Butt plug.
Butt plug. I'm gonna go butt plug.
Butt plug. Any others?
Vase, because there's some sort of receptacle element to it, which may be to catch a bit of.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It's there to catch something. That's why I'm going butt plug.
Okay. It is actually a butt plug, and the picture saved with its product name. So the product name for this one is called the Perfect Fit Ass Tunnel Plug.
Perfect. What makes it perfect? What makes that perfect butt plug? You know.
Perfect fit, apparently. Perfect fit. Last one. Hopefully this one should be a bit more of a head scratcher. Butt plug or vase?
Oh, this is a tough one.
Vase.
I'm going to go vase.
Vase.
I think it's a bong.
Oh, wild card. You're going for that.
I think you opened a different tab for this one, Alex.
Yeah. Well, it is a vase, but it strangely looked like an inversion of this, which is a butt plug.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my wife uses
That's the
to mix
mold.
the cocktails at home. So
They've
used the molds and sold them on as vases. That's what they've done.
Those Chinese, they're so clever.
Okay. Right. I just have to say thanks to Ian, who's watching, who's just messaged me on Facebook, some butt plugs on Etsy. Which I didn't realise that Etsy had them. I just thought it was handcraft.
Have you seen the ones with tails on the end?
Yes, I having researched this earlier on today, he's found some butt plugs which have flowers on the end. So thanks for that, Ian.
That's nice.
Well, in a way, they are handcraft.
Get your partner some flowers.
Say it with a rosebud.
Say it with flowers.
Yeah.
Peonies.
Nearly.
And on that bombshell, I think it is time to end. Just check the comments before we do go. Roger, this game could be a pain in the arse.
Rim shot. Denied.
I'm aware again the irony of using rim shot. They all look like magic puzzle images. What puzzles have you been doing, Scott?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to know. Just noticed his comment from earlier. Do you think with Lemon and Herd Pete's, I'm just a former hot, now a medium guy, which I think was a Paul Simon song. Probably a B-side. So, that is just about it. So before we wrap up tonight and then go off to record that bonus question, which you've just listened to, that's the beauty of time travel, people. We'll go around all of the guests just to see if they have anything to plug, even if it is just their socials. Helen, starting with you, do you have anything to plug?
Plug, sorry.
Just played a game called Butt Plug or Vase, and I'm saying plug.
Yeah, I'm at Helen Edwards Comedy on Facebook and Insta.
Excellent. Damien.
Yeah, my new album with Scott, 50 Ways to Eat Your Nando's. Also, I'm up in Edinburgh this year it's a wrestling comedy called Wrestling with the Champ. I'm terrible at pointing, as it turns out. We do. There's a book and a website, and just stick Ginger Wrestler in the internet, and you'll find it. If you're in Edinburgh, come and see us in the first week.
Plugging a book you've written.
Yeah.
That's okay. Right. Let's all do it. Okay. There we go. If we're talking about Edinburgh, I've discovered that actually you're right before me in the time slot. Burrito and Shake.
Yes.
So here we are. So yeah, there's the address.
Literally, we will be butting butts.
Yeah, we now have the Nando's challenge going on. Whoever has more in the bucket on a certain day.
Yeah, I like that you've got the 7th of August off, which is a bank holiday, and we won't be having that bank holiday off because we didn't know it was a bank holiday. So feel free to come and be the only people in the audience.
I did find out the hard way you do need at least one day off a week, otherwise you go insane, as I did in 2017. In fact, I came very close last year. So, Ishi, anything to plug for yourself?
Yes, so I've got a show at the where am I? Yeah. Buxton Fringe Festival. So come and see that, July 20th and 22nd. Also, if you're in Sheffield tomorrow, not tomorrow. Where am I? I've just been up since 4 o'clock today, and I'm still awake. Why am I still awake? I don't know. So anyway. I've been at a dance show at Birmingham Hippodrome today, so yeah, you can't see me there, but you can see me in Sheffield on Wednesday. That's the one.
Marvellous. And Leanne?
Well, I've got a butt plug, and if you want to see me insert that, you can go over to my OnlyFans. Other than that, you can possibly see me on Tinder. Well, yeah, those are my biggest plugs.
Your 2 biggest plugs. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. All right. So thank you very much. Stuart is saying thanks again. There we are. Is that a butt plug or a vase, is she?
Exactly. Is it a butt plug or a vase? Or is it just the top that goes into the top of this thing that could be a vase? Ta-da! Look how it
looks.
Who cares? It looks nice.
It does.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I still
don't know what to do with it. It's a present. I have no idea what to do with it. So.
We'll debate that at length. Stuart Dunlop, great fun as always. Hope you all enjoyed Pina Coladas. Nailed it. And Labrini's again soon. Thank you, Stuart. So thank you again to my panel tonight, Helen Edwards, Damien St. John, Leanne Easthope, and Ishi Khan. We're off now to record the bonus question, but we'll be back live next Sunday night at 8:30. Until then, stay awkward.